Well, guys, we got the Entegra Vision out today. We're going to be headed back to the house. Good old 2024 Entegra Vision. I'm going to talk about a few things of why we haven't been driving it, putting it to use, and making any videos. Got her all cleaned up. Looking good, guys. Still looking good. Nothing wrong with it. Just about got 2,700 miles on it, folks. And just haven't been able to do that many trips on it since I've been working. We'll go ahead and jump on the inside. Let's see. There's old Miko. Job up. Everything's still in tip top, brand new shape. So yeah, guys, just to talk about the Entegra Vision, everything's been good on it. We did have a little bit of a rodent problem when we went camping during Thanksgiving. We found out we had mice in the camper. Not what you want to hear, right, when you first buy a new motorhome. But luckily, we were able to get them out just in time where we didn't, nothing died in here. We caught them all in the trap, but mama got in here and had her babies during that cold time of season. So you know how they always talk about the noise, right? Well, we got these curtains that come down off the side, and they're on a roller system. Well, those are horrendous in the sound. So if you have these little sunshades that roll down, even the one on the front is a roll down. Now, when I had the Sunstar Vista, the only thing that we could hear every once in a while was the door. So this little squeak, 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 squeak is constant unless you're on one of the smoothest, comfortest road out there, which is very impossible to find. But it doesn't matter how fast you're going, you still hear the squeaks. Now, as you can see, we're at 2705. We put some miles on it. Now this coach had just about 1,300 miles on it when we got it. So we've only put about 1,400 miles on it. Now the one thing that I mentioned when I bought this, and I knew that it did this when I bought this, was as soon as you let go of the wheel, it pulls hard to the right. Please, guys, if you can help me with that, I'd love to get that fixed. I had set up to have an alignment done, and the guy that does the alignment decided to take that day off, which was 2 hours away. As you notice, the squeaking's got a little bit better. You do have the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto capabilities when you're plugged in. But yeah, I mean, besides that, the coach drive is phenomenal. Plenty of power, plenty of get up. It's just you can't let your hand off steering wheel very long. It's not bad on the comfort. When you hit the bumps, it does tendency to want to jolt your jaw out, but I would love to put airbags on this thing, and everything you can do to help the suspension out. Definitely some things that when you get a coach like this, the savings that you save, you save a lot of money because it doesn't have all those air ride and diesel pusher and the fancy high-end stuff that we can't afford, but we do like to drive in it. So keep that in mind when you're saving some money buying a coach. Is are you okay with having it sitting in the shop and constantly dumping thousands of dollars in it to kind of get it where you want it to be? Now this is one of the worst roads that anybody can drive on, because like I said, we live back in the country where it's a lot of farming. You know, you got the sugar cane on one side and you got sugar cane on the other side, and some places in the back there got watermelons. So nothing but heavy duty trucks coming in here tearing these roads up, so they're constantly having to repair them. It just, you know, it's one of those things. If you don't have the money to build a road, you can't build a road, so you kind of got to deal with the consequences. But yes, this is, I would say, probably not a usual road that you're gonna drive on. But when we get on this next road on 70, this is where mostly everybody drives on, and there's some very bad spots in it as well. Going back to the engine in this RV, you have the Godzilla engine in it, which is a phenomenal piece of artwork. I'm not a fan that they took the 7.3 and they changed it to a gasser, but they did make a quality engine, so it does what it needs to do. 430 horsepower, 475 pounds of torque. I mean, this thing is just a monster. It's more stronger, you know, than the V10. It's got plenty of get up, guys. And I've only got it halfway throttled. Now you are gonna hear your fans kick in. It's gonna be normal. But you put some weight on this thing. I mean, you got, you know, 15,000 pounds you're moving down the road practically. And the thing just gets up like it needs to and gets on there and goes 70 miles an hour like it ain't no tomorrow. So yeah, I mean, you gotta be driving obviously with the radio on to ignore the sound, but over a while you get used to it. But it's definitely irritating to be driving. But you know, you are gonna get that moving a house down the road. Pulling a fifth wheel, you don't hear it because you're in your truck where it's quieter. But the nice thing is you know, the kids can get up and down, go to the restroom, get snacks. You know, it's a lot less stopping. But anyway, going back to why we haven't been using this vehicle. Now, one of the reasons why I haven't been driving this is because of work. Work's been taking up most of my time, and we were planning on using this to, you know, travel with traveling sports and stuff like that. But by the time I get out of work, would be nighttime, and it just didn't make no sense to drive all the way there and then have to find a way to drive all the way back and then leave my wife there with no car. So we are looking at options to pull our Jeep. But now I'm trying to figure out another way to, instead of having two vehicles, because I have to go set up on Friday afternoon, which I've got a new work schedule, so I'm gonna be getting out early on Fridays, and I can set up in the afternoon, get there, and then drive back next morning because I got to go to work and leave the wife there. So my plan is that we'll pull a Jeep and a motorcycle, and I'll drive the motorcycle. What do you guys think? Now, to me, that seems a little complex, but that's kind of my only option right now. So instead of spending money on these hotels, which has been spending about $200 to $300 a night on a hotel, when you got a house on wheels that you're spending money on to just sit. All right, so we made it back to the house. Now I've been parking this at our other house, let me take that back. Let me rephrase that. I used to park all the fifth wheel campers, every camper we have at our other house. Now, it butts up to the wood line, and for some reason, I'm not sure if mice got in over there, if they got in at camp where we were camping out in the woods. I'm not too sure. So now I'm scared to park it over there. But yeah, guys, I've been parking it here, and well, I built a 12-foot barn. Too small. They said, oh, you might as well go 14, you never know, right? Oh, no, I don't need that. I ain't gonna. Guess what? Man, that was one of the reasons why we were looking at the smaller ones. But for the price and the functionality, it just didn't make no sense to me. But now, I see why they're more money. Because you can park them practically anywhere. When you park this thing, it just takes all the room. Like, I've got to now figure out if I want to park this here, I'm going to have to level this, cover it, fill it in, and then put a carport right there. But why? I wish you could just extend the barn like 2 feet. Is there any way we can extend the barn? So yeah, guys, that's kind of what we've been going on. Is haven't been able to drive that motorhome that much just because work, right? Work pays the bills. But yeah, I'm supposed to be getting into a new position at work, so I'm super excited about that. Once that happens, I'll have a little bit more flexibility, hopefully, and we'll be able to take the motorhome out more often. But yeah, if you guys comment below, let me know. I'm trying to figure out a way I can get a Jeep and a motorcycle without having to be too complex. Flat tail, everybody's giving me a guesstimation between $6,000 and $7,000, which is insane. Sounds like I just get a trailer for that. And if I get a trailer, I can put the motorcycle in the front, put the Jeep in the back, pull that. The only thing is once you get to the location where you need to camp, now you have to worry about your trailer. So you have to get a pull through. Which okay. It's alright. Get a 20-footer. Get a 20-footer trailer. Should be plenty enough to put a motorcycle in the front with a little ramp up there. And that should be good to go. What do you guys think? Let me know. I do appreciate everybody watching. If you haven't already, don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.